I'm going to explain to you why you are stuck in your business. I'm going to simplify it, and then I'm going to solve this for you for good. I'm going to show you exactly how you can solve it easily, simply, with very minimal effort. So we're going to start with this diagram, and I like to think of operations simply as a triangle. And there's 4 factors that are going to make up all of operations. One factor is the past. So the past is everything that you have already figured out, right? Whether you documented them into SOPs and processes or not is something different, but there is a way, typically stuck in your head or your key employees' heads, right? So there is the past. Then there's the future. This is all the awesome visionary ideas that you want to implement, and you're slamming them in there. You guys are breaking them down ideally into pieces, right? And what do you do with all of the past tasks and all of the created tasks for the future? Well, that brings us to the present. So operations is today, and executing all the past tasks and all the future tasks so that we can have great operations. The 4th variable that's kind of light up here, of course, is you. You're a misominer. You, as the visionary, are always going to be a part of this, and you're not going to really fit in here because every day for you really should be different. You should be focused on only stuff you can do. The past I like to think of as assembly lines in your factory already set up. The future are assembly lines you are wanting to build. So we're breaking down how do we build them and separating those. And then, of course, there's a present. There's your team who is on the assembly line doing the thing. As long as they do the thing today, right now, and that consistently happens day to day, week to week, month to month, you should be good. But of course, it doesn't happen like that because of this law of physics, right? Entropy happens, things happen, so it causes problems, people problems. They don't show up, they quit, right? They don't do it correctly, they don't follow things. So entropy happens with people, with process, with the future, and we're going to talk about that. But there's something else. Entropy happens on top of complexity, and in your business, complexity, there is your tech stack, right? Your vernacular, meaning your verbiage, what you guys say and do, and how your team communicates, and all the structures and the meetings, and the stuff you know that you've forgotten. There's the customer request. There's so many variables that make it complex, right? And on top of that, when things happen, you get reactive because you may have to go in and solve something or fix something that came up. And you just kind of want to get it done, right? Because you didn't have it planned. So you just want to put out that fire and fix it. And you start losing perspective. So getting into the weeds, you can't see the whole picture. And all of that combines to make your life very difficult. Well, we're going to go ahead and separate these things, these 4 P's of operational pain. We saw them in the triangle, and we're going to bring them back here, and we're going to actually transform these. So we said processes. Well, the past, are the processes. The future, those are projects. The people, that's the team in the present. That's the team that has to do things today for your company to operate. And then there's a personal you. And each of these, we can dig out all the problems we talked about in entropy, and it happened with the mixing of complexities, right? So maybe you don't have documented. Maybe there's wrong process. Maybe there's things that require specific skills. Jumping to the projects. Maybe you're overloading it and it's too much. Maybe you just can't get to them because of the process fires, right? Consistency, you can't get in the margins. It costs too much to roll out a new idea or project. And then you, and this is the one that is close to my heart, right? You don't have time and family, and you feel like you have ADD because things keep coming at you. You're mad at your B player team and things feel disjointed, yada, yada, yada. So all of these, we have to fix it. And how we're going to fix it is we got to simplify. That's the key. The first thing is we have to simplify. And that's going to be a whole nother video entirely. Simplification is definition, right? So I'm going to talk about that in another video. And the big one that we really have to nail is accountability. So what we want to do is have people accountable for fixing those problems for us. So here is that triangle again, and we have all of these. Well, if we replace them in this scenario with 3 operational roles, 3 people to handle the past and documenting the processes. If we have a role that handles the strategic pacing of the future, right, with as you feed them, and if we have someone that handles the present, meaning the people, right, they keep on top of the people, we're going to have a smiley you, right? You won't have all those issues and you'll be able to actually spend time. So in a nutshell, right, that's why we're having problems. The takeaway, start categorizing in those areas. Start simplifying, right, by eliminating things. Typically the projects, if you can set those down or make them less complex, we can make things run smoothly and have consistency. Now, in future videos, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it with my mathematical mapping model. It is using science, and I can't wait to show you. That's exactly who I show to these roles. And note, of course, that we place all of these roles. So that is how we bring it together. Thanks. Hope that was helpful.